How close are we allowed to stand? Is there a set distance?
Sometimes the officers let me get extremely close as we are now, because they know who I am. Others don't. They're very aggressive towards me. I'm a non-violent person. I'm just there to document, take pictures, document my city.
How's it going, sir?
Good, how are you?
Thank you.
So we're down here, it's Halloween night, we're on Hollywood Boulevard, we're going to document the night, take pictures of everything, the people. As you can see, the sheriffs are here with their MRAP.
It's a rescue vehicle.
Are you guys rescuing? Were you guys rescuing somebody out here, or it's just precautionary?
It's precautionary.
Okay.
Better to have it and not need it.
Okay.
Plus, it's Halloween, right?
You guys are dressing up like soldiers tonight. You know all the street performers out here? I noticed that one knew you by name.
Yeah, a lot of people know me out here.
But they've got their guns out making a big deal about it now.
Turn the car off.
So, as you should know by now, I'm out here, City of Hollywood. It's Halloween. I'm out here with Shawnee and the pretty girls. I'm pretty sure, I think these officers are overreacting with their handcuffs and with their guns out. So they handcuffed him, they took his ID. We're gonna go back to the vehicle and run his identification.
What I'm gathering is that the police are taking this man's vehicle. And when he said that, the man said something to him, and the officer responded with, "I know it's not fair, it's just business." This officer right here
Arrested you last year?
asked you to arrest me for taking pictures. So here we go. This activity.
Yep.
Hi,
Sean.
Hi.
How are you? How's your Halloween going?
I'm
Is
good.
it okay?
You gonna threaten me tonight or anything? You gonna let me observe and take pictures freely? I appreciate it.
Threaten you for what?
Arrest.
Only if you break the law.
You don't remember threatening me last year? The video's online. Why we are so interesting to police when we're not doing anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's not a whole lot of people that do what we do.
I think it goes a little beyond that. Not just them, because their encounters with us are so frequent. I think they're actually investigating who we are and looking into who we are. Like, for instance, I know I've been talked about in roll call. I've been told it's happened.
Yeah.
I just find it funny that, like, so many officers know who I am. They know me by name. But why? I'm not breaking any laws. I'm just exercising. I'm out here taking pictures. Why is that so threatening? They should be telling their officers anyways.
Yeah.
And everybody can do this.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
What kind of camera is that?
Drift.
Why would you record us when we're not breaking any laws?
It's recording?
No. So what happens if I make a public records request for that data? What's your name and badge number?
Officer Baseacre.
Badge number, please?
34037.
So I'm not sure if people in LA are aware of this, but stop and frisk does occur in the city.
He's got a backpack? He's on a bicycle?
And you're going to see it tonight. You're going to see a lot of black and brown people detained for no apparent reason.
See, it works right over here.
LAPD is just going to roll up on them and put them in handcuffs.
They're stopping and frisking people. They're taking that 3x5 card, your home phone number, your address, everything. There's none of their business. And then they're putting all this information in a database. You know, and they're treating these people like criminals, but they haven't done anything.
And it's because their skin color, their tattoos, or whatever. They handcuff them, they run them, they try to figure out what they can get on them, and then they cut them loose.
They're probably going to do a field interrogation card on this guy.
Okay, he's going to get some quick information from you.
See, he already said, we're going to get some quick information. They're going to be filling out a 3x5. It's called a field interrogation card. You're going to see me documenting these field interrogation cards all night long. They're taking these people, putting their personal information into a database. Got several more police officers arriving.
Saw your page the other day. Hi, how are you?
Which, Mistaken Bacon or Tom Zebra? Or
Both of them. Yeah, I was looking them up. Yeah.
what do you think?
Not bad.
What videos were you watching?
They're interesting. The ones I came out in.
Oh, you go down to El Segundo, right?
They go everywhere.
Do I record in the city of El Segundo? Yes, I do.
Okay. Your voice sounds familiar. I've seen your videos in El Segundo.
Okay. What are we doing here? Are we having a
Taking a photo.
Are we having a standoff?
Can't mind getting.
I don't work downtown.
Yeah.
Can I get your information? Just to make.
I'll tell you what.
I made contact with you.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You write down all your personal information on that 3x5 card. I want your name, your address.
Yeah, how do you like it?
Well, if I'm being recorded, I just want to know who's recording me.
I know, but like I said,
Easy to work,
mind.
like, just
I don't mind at all.
consensual on and off.
I don't mind at all. But first, I want you to write down all your personal information for me, and then once you give that to me,
I'm
then I'll
not
give you.
required to give you my personal information.
I'm not required to give you mine either.
I'm requesting you.
I'm requesting yours.
Okay. Well, I'm declining to give you my personal information.
Okay, well, I'm going to decline too.
I mean, if you're a photographer, I just want to know who you are or who you represent.
Well, you have to
Kindly.
ask. You have to ask around. I'm not going to do a field interrogation card for you.
Oh, there's no interrogation, sir.
Isn't that an FI card?
It's a field interview.
Okay, I call it a field interrogation. You guys ask for people's social security number. Like I said, everything that's none of their business. I see the gloves going on out here.
So this entire situation was created by the police because they didn't want this man, hanging out over here on the sidewalk. The man wasn't bothering anybody. Now he's streaming across the street. We got a bunch of cops. We got cops videotaping us for whatever reason. I don't know why.
And the guy's in a worse position now than he was when they started.
Yes.
The FI cards that you guys are filling out, I noticed you guys are, the little 3x5 cards.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what it is that you guys do with the information? I mean, with these cards, after you fill them out, what happens to them?
They're filed on the police department.
Because I know.
But you can also go downtown to the police headquarters. They have media relations. You can ask them all the questions you want. They'll answer everything you have as far as policies, procedures, and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so just it's better to do that, okay?
Okay. All right.
Appreciate it.
You have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. So there's more 3x5 cards. See the 3x5 cards? They're filling out 3x5 cards on everybody out here. So once they finish with the 3x5 cards, they take off the handcuffs and you're a free man again. As you can see, the LAPD horse-mounted patrol is here in Hollywood. Why are you guys trying to block us from recording?
That's not I didn't drink any.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
if you don't mind me asking, why are you guys trying to block us from
Not
recording?
blocking, we're just protecting our partner. There's a lot of people walking around.
Look behind you. Protecting.
My partner's got that. I gotta just make sure to this side.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't really make sense.
Well,
And
it
like
makes sense to me.
when I walk around, this guy here keeps positioning himself in between me.
Well, then ask him that.
I tried. He didn't respond. There's no reason we shouldn't have been able to stand right where we were without you guys putting yourselves in between us and blocking.
I'm just looking out for my partner.
But you're not.
There's a lot of bad
You're
things.
not.
Did you hear about those two New York officers who got hit in the head with a hatchet
That has
when they
not-
were doing that? When they were doing something like this? There
Then you should be watching those other people. Look, you already know that
were a
we're.
lot of people, right?
Sir,
Yes.
you already know that we're just photographers. We have
know you
cameras.
guys.
But you don't know the 10 people that walked right behind you, between you
That's
and
my
me.
bad.
I'm just saying your argument doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense to you, it makes sense to me.
LAPD out here. They're doing another FI card on this gentleman behind me who they have handcuffed against the wall. Here comes the paddy wagon. Okay, they got this man zip tied. They're gonna lock him in the back of a van, drive him around Hollywood all night.
You won't tell me your badge number, so I gotta look at it.
Why do you make it a challenge? I mean, how come you don't just, if you give your name freely, why not give the badge number freely?
You want to read number 2, sir? This mess they create for themselves by reacting this way.
I think that,
So now we're all just waiting here, wasting each other's time because some cop thought he could blind my camera, violate his own policy, my rights to take pictures, etc. Yo, there's a lot better things that all of us could be doing right now because of one officer, right?
I think he was trying to verify what you had in your hand.
He was trying to verify what I had in my hand. Meanwhile, he told me at the same time, don't use the flash. If police are so paranoid about their safety and being in danger, then they shouldn't be police officers. You know, I worked wildland firefighting for a while, for a very short period of time because the season ended. I knew the risk that I was going into, and I totally accepted it. So it's just like, it's just insane to think everything, when they come out here, they're like everything a person does puts their life in danger. They fear for their lives.
I think they're dishonest. They only act that way with the camera. People running by with the stick or whatever, they don't say anything. It's only you and me with the camera.
That's true. There was like a bunch of people that walked in between them holding all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So,
Supervisor?
yes, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. So this officer was purposely using his flashlight to blind my camera while I took pictures. Do you want to read? This is from LAPD's Media Relations Handbook.
Yeah.
So number 2, do not prevent the taking of pictures or interviews of persons in public spaces.
And that is your perception.
So what is the purpose?
Could there be the possibility that maybe the officer was trying to see what was in your hand or what were you doing?
You didn't go with that one?
Well, that's the question that I'm asking you.
No, he knew I had a camera.
Okay.
Or they just don't care about their own internal policies or, constitutional law and my right to observe, record, document police activity in public space. So, and that officer has a history of doing this because he's done it to him in the past with the spotlight on the patrol unit.
Okay. So, what is it that I could do for you today?
Well, don't you think you should be advising your subordinates about people's rights to take pictures and that they shouldn't be shining flashlights into the lens of the camera?
If I can interrupt, besides shining the light, they were also placing their bodies between us and what they were doing. All we're trying to do is record. So what you could do for us today is if you could please advise your subordinates that we have a legal right to record, and please don't interfere with our investigations. Just the way you don't want anyone to interfere with your investigation, we would appreciate it if you don't interfere with ours and you don't try to block our cameras, be it with your bodies, with your flashlights, or the lights on your cars. I think that's the point. That's my point.
All right, so I get just so we're sure, and I can respect that. I will discuss that with them to make sure that there's no confusion of what the expectation is.
You look like you lost weight.
I got bike all over the place, bud.
They're rolling.
All right, you guys take it easy. We'll see you.
Mr. Solomon. See you, Sean.
TMZ!
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Okay, salam, how are you?
Hi.
Hello, shalom.
I like your outfit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm surprised I found you.
And they cop gave me shit again, the same cop. You just gave me food.
Is it? Yeah, did you record it?
Yes. So you gonna keep moving?
Sure. Yeah, it's hard to see, but they got another gentleman standing there in handcuffs. They're filling out FI cards, and then they're gonna uncuff him and let him go once he gives up all his information for the database. These police out here continue to harass Shawnee for whatever reason. They keep shining lights in his camera, they keep blocking him when he's trying to record. He's at a
Everybody's able to move freely without cameras.
he's at a reasonable distance,
Everybody else with the camera.
but the LAPD keeps harassing him. I don't know exactly what the problem is.
Like the area that's blocked off, like supposed to be like a parade or something.
That's in the West Hollywood.
That's not walking distance from here.
Putting the zip ties on these guys. And there's plenty of people walking between myself and the police. There's plenty of people walking between Shawnee and the police. But for some reason they keep targeting him with both their flashlights, their bodies, trying to interfere with our ability to record. There goes the officer shining the light on Shawnee. Again, this one officer keeps shining his light at Shawnee's camera, trying to prevent him from recording for whatever reason. They're not doing that to me. I don't know why they're doing it to him. These police are still shining the light at my camera, and now they're arresting Shawnee. Photography is not a crime. Please show your support in the comments. Shawnee was wrongly arrested. He was reasonable. The police were unreasonable. That's really all there is to say. The LAPD, once again, is wrong and retaliatory.